Assalamualaikum and greeting everyone, especially to our panel, which is Khairuddin and Madam Haliza. Not to forget our lecturer for the project paper, which is company analysis, Madam is Lizawati. Okay, this is our group members, which is me, Farisha binti Roslan.
I am HUMAIRA binti TERMIZI.
Hi, HUMAIRA.
We make decision to do analysis at my EG service Berhad. Okay, this is our table of content. Okay, first we'll talk about the company overview, which will be presented by Humaira. Second is the financial analysis, which will be presented by Fazlin. And the lastly is technical analysis, which will be presented by myself. Okay, let's talk about company overview first.
Firstly, I will talk about company overview. My EG mission. My EG service Berhad is in order to realize our vision. We strive to optimize our current technology capabilities, develop employee potential, enhance stakeholders' confidence, and increase our revenue growth through market expansion, product expansion, and continuous innovation. Next, about My EG. My EG Services Berhad is one of the concessionaire for MSC, Government Electronic Malaysia, which is e-government main applications. My EG builds, operate and own electronic channel to deliver services from various government agencies to citizen and business throughout Malaysia. My EG Services Berhad has invested and is now using next generation technology based on Internet of Things or IoT solution. My EG believes that the use of IoT combined with big data analysis will bring significant improvement to our overall quality of life. Additional, my EG Service Berhad board is the main market in the sector of technology. It is also in Sharia compliance to do investing or trade. Services. Basically, my EG only involved in the business development and implementation of the electronic government services project and the provision of the other related services for the electronic government services project, as well as an investment holding. Due to the current technological advance, my EG is also a platform that provides leading digital services offering e-government and complementary commercial service to the public. The business model is the collaboration between the government and the people in the provision of value-added services, vertical and horizontal diversification. The main service providers currently is by using My EG Service Berhad e-government service and solution are Kuala Lumpur City Hall, which is TPKL, Malaysian Insolvency Department, which is JIM, Road Transport Department, which is JPJ, Royal Malaysian Police, which is PDRM, Tenaga Nasional Berhad, which is TNB, and lastly, Telekom Malaysia Berhad, which is TMB. For the weaknesses, a company weaknesses is any resource or process that the business lacks but needs to succeed. First, weaknesses limit the company's ability to reach its full potential. The business strategy can be explained if the group has set various targets for business performance and they remain confident of realizing them. Lastly, the pinpoint quality concern, which are product quality weaknesses. This can be especially concerning if they want to build a brand on the basis of high quality. For strength, there are a few business strengths that can be derived as the advantages that the company has and supposed to be the reason it remains strong in the technology industry. First, a growing portfolio of services that are leveraging of their strong internal technological capabilities. They continue to innovate and create new product offerings that are customized to local requirements. Second, the market leader. MyEG is the largest e-government service to provide in Malaysia and continue to build on its leadership position. Third, strong technological and innovation capabilities. And lastly, their growing regional footprint. They are present in various emerging markets with a high and fast-growing population progressively has reduced their dependence on their home market in Malaysia. These are the competitors. We have Data Sonic Group Berhad, Chronology Asia Berhad, Revenue Group Berhad, and Data Prep Holding Berhad. Next, I will pass to Fazlin to explain about financial analysis.
Alright, Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Myra, for the introduction. Alright, I'm going to continue with the financial analysis. Okay, first is about the analysis of balance sheet, which is, you can see here, 2019 has the highest for both total assets and total liabilities and equity. So 2019 is more liquid than the asset is more liquid than the other 2 years. So the liabilities and equity, it has the connection, which is if the company has the ability to pay the debt, which is liabilities, so it has the highest total liabilities and equities for the year 2019 for both total assets and total liabilities, and equity is considered good. Alright, for the horizontal analysis, we're gonna go one by one. Okay, the first one is liquidity ratio. Right, for the current ratio, T-Sonic holds the highest, which is 2.25 times, which is the company will be able to pay debt more than the other companies. And the quick ratio, you can see 1.76 is the highest too, which is the company will be able to pay debt quicker than the others companies. Alright, we're gonna go to the next one, which is leverage ratio. We have 3 here: debt ratio, debt to equity, and time interest earned. Okay, as we can see here, MYEG has the highest debt ratio and also time interest earned. So these shows that the company is good at managing their debt and low financial risk. Of course, the company will be able to meet interest payment as well. Alright, for the next one is debt to equity. So Data Prep has the lowest exposure to financial risk compared to the others. Right, next, I'm gonna explain about the activity ratio. We have 5 ratios here. Alright, for the inventory turnover, fixed asset turnover, total asset turnover, MYEG holds the highest for the 3 ratios. Okay, so this shows that the company should be able to manage and utilize and fully utilize their assets, and of course the main point is to generate sales. Alright, for the account receivable turnover, and average collection period. As you can see here, chronology holds the highest one for account receivable turnover ratios, which is the higher the ratios, it shows that the company has the strong credit and collection policy. And the last one is average collection period, which is it has the lowest one, and it's good because the company should be able to collect its debt and good in collection procedure, and of course customer will be paying on time. Alright, for the next one, which is the last 4 ratios, profitability ratios. Alright, for the profitability ratio, MYAG has the highest figures for all of the ratios. Okay, we're gonna go one by one. Right, for the gross profit margin, 72.80%, which is so high than the others. So it shows that the company has the ability to control costs of goods sold in relation to its sales revenue. For the second one is operating profit margin, which is 53.19%, which is the company shows that the ability to control all costs except tax and interest charge in RM. Alright, for the net profit margin, return on asset and return on equity, as we can see here, for the 3 ratios, shows that the company has the ability to maximize shareholders' wealth and even more. So these are the good profitability ratios for 5 ratios than the other competitors. Alright, we're gonna go to the next chapter or topic, which is risk analysis. Alright, we have 2 separate table actually, which is 5 years risk analysis and 2 years risk analysis. The reason we have to comparable analysis because one of the competitors that we chose, which is revenue, was just listed 2 years ago. So however, we're gonna go we stick with our decision to still pick the company as one of the competitors of MYAG. Alright, we're gonna go to the 5 years risk analysis first. Alright, for the expected return, the highest, which is chronology, variance, data prep, which is we can see that data prep has the bigger dispersion, which is variance of expected returns and risk of the investment. Alright, for the standard deviation, the lowest is data sonic, and then the coefficient of variance is chronology. Alright, the next one will go to the company's intrinsic value for 2 years, risk analysis for 2 years. We have MYEG and revenue growth, which is the expected return is revenue, which is the highest, Actually, 0.4 is the highest for the rest of the companies, for the other companies, including MYEG. Alright, even if it's just that the company, it's not that even just the company was listed 2 years ago, the company is not able to be compared with the other companies that has the longer period in the as a listed company. So as you can see here, expected return for revenue 0.4, which is more than the other companies. Next is variance. We prefer MYEG because it has the highest variance, which is could be bigger dispersion of expected returns and risk of investment. And and there's SD, which is standard deviation. We choose revenue, and the coefficient of variance, revenue. Also, you can see here why we choose revenue, which is actually coefficient of variance is revenue. If you want to compare for the other competitors for the 5 years analysis, so this company is very good. That's why we still choose the company as one of the competitors of MYEG. Alright, we're gonna go to the last one, which is security market line analysis. For the 5 years analysis, all of the companies, such as Data Prep, Disonic, MYEG, and Chronology, all of them outperform the expected return. Their required returns outperform their expected return, which is good. And then the security market line for 2 years, MYEG, the required rate of MYEG outperform the expected return for its expected return. And the required rate of return revenue underperform its expected return. Alright, thank you from me, and we're gonna go will be continued for the next chapter, technical analysis, which is Farisha will be continuing with that topic.
Thank you firstly for talk about the financial data for MYEG. Okay, I will talk about the technical analysis. Technical analysis is a tool or method used to predict the probable future price movement of security such as a stock or currency pair based on the market data. First, we will talk about the MYEG versus KLCI. Okay, MYEG Service Berhad is one of the concessionaire for MSC Government Electronic Malaysia. E-Government. Main application, MYEG build, operates an own electronic channel to deliver service from various government agencies to citizens and businesses throughout Malaysia. It shows the price is on the uptrend in 2017, but decreased, which is downtrend in 2018. Lastly, in the future of company, will be expected to show an uptrend in the next upcoming years, due to the high demand of customers that use the service, and it has potential to get more investors in the futures. Look at the MYEG versus competitors. From the graph, we can see the chronology, which in the blue line have the highest volume compared to other competitors. However, MYEG Service Berhad also show a high volume against competitors. It show an uptrend in the last years of 2019. It also indicates and has a potential to the profit keep increasing for the next years. Talk about the support and resistance. Okay, based on the graph, the orange arrow are represented as the support It is the price level at which demand is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from declining further. So, as the price declines towards support and gets cheaper, the buyer become more inclined to buy, which the yellow arrow represents the signal for investor to buy. However, if there is a break below support signal, it can be explained by when the bears have won over the bulls and indicates a new willingness to sell and the lack of incentive to buy. Support breaks and new law signal that sellers have reduced their expectation and are willing to sell at even lower price. The resistance, based on the graph, the green line represent the resistance. It is the price level at which selling is thought to be strong enough to prevent the price from rising further. So, as the price advances toward resistance, sellers become more inclined to sell, which the blue arrow represents the signal for investors to sell. However, if there is a break above resistance signal, it can be explained by when the bulls have won over the bears and it indicates a new willingness to buy or a lack of incentive to sell. Resistance break and new high signal that buyers have increased their expectation and are willing to buy at even higher price. We get to the last part of the technical analysis, which is the indicators. First, we will talk about the short term, which is 3 weeks. Okay, the first indicator, which is simple moving average, SMA. We can see from the graph, the red line is not across the black line, so we can see that there is no signal there. Okay, next indicators is the moving average covariance variance, which we call as MACD. We can see there is one red arrow and it interprets the sell signal. Okay, next is the relative strength index, which is RSI. There is also one red arrow there, which indicates sell signal. Okay, for the relative, for the rate of change, we can see there's the number is all above 0, so it's all the bullish. The signal is sell. Okay, and the lastly is the oscillator that we take is the stochastic, and there is no signal at all. Okay, for the intermediate term, which is 3 months, okay, the first indicator is simple moving average, SMA. We can see there is 3 green arrow and 1 red arrow. So the signal is buy. Okay, next is the MACD. We can see there is only 1 red arrow there. It's show sell signal. Okay, for the relative strength index, you can see there is more bullish area than the bearish area. We can interpret as the sell signal too. Okay, for the rate of change ROC, there is there is 7 red arrow, which automatically is a sell signal. Okay, for the last indicators, which is oscillators, then there is 2 and no green arrow. We can tell it's a sell also. Okay, the intermediate term graph show that almost all the indicators detected that we should sell the stock. We should sell the MyEasy stock. Okay, for the next part, I will pass to the HUMAIRA for the conclusion.
Thank you, Farisha, for explaining about technical analysis. Next is conclusion. As to conclude, future investor not the right time to buy. So basically, MyEasy Services Berhad showed the uptrend in the last year 2020. It will predict that the price movement for the next year is good. However, the current stockholder needs to sell the stock. As to compare MyEasy Service Berhad and KLSE, it shows the movement of MyEasy is quite good. So we can predict that MyEasy Service Berhad will show excellent movement in the coming years.
Okay, that's all from us. If you have any question, feel free to comment in comment section below. We will reply it as soon as possible. Thank you.